worked as a PSW for about 6 years after moving to Canada. And during that time, I met all kinds of people. Some were kind, some were difficult, and some I forgot almost immediately. But there's one client I've never been able to forget, not because of who she was, but because of what happened after she died. At the time, I was working for a home care agency, and most of the clients were pretty normal. Apartments, houses in town, nothing unusual. But one day, before assigning me a shift, they asked me something a little different. They said, "Are you okay going to a client who lives a bit off-grid?" I didn't think much of it. Back then, I just wanted hours. I wanted to work as much as possible. So I said yes right away. Then they added something else. They told me that a lot of PSWs actually avoided going to this client, not because she was aggressive or difficult, but because of where she lived. I still didn't think much of it. I had a capable truck at the time, a lifted Ram with mud tires. So in my head I was thinking, how bad could it really be? I found out pretty quickly. Her house wasn't just far. It was deep in the woods. Not like a rural road with a few houses around. I mean, completely surrounded by trees. There was no proper road leading to it, no pavement, no gravel driveway, just a dirt path cutting through the forest and going uphill. It was the kind of place where if you ordered something online, it probably wouldn't even get delivered to your house. You'd need a post box somewhere else. Even driving there during the day felt isolated. The deeper I went in, the quieter it got. No other cars, no houses, no people, just trees and the sound of my truck. When I finally reached the top, I saw the house. It looked like an old cabin, almost cozy in a way, but something about it felt disconnected, like it didn't belong to anything around it. There was a barn-style garage off to the side, and a single Chevy crossover parked outside. No lights anywhere else. No signs of neighbors. Just silence. I parked the truck and sat there for a second. I don't know why, but something already felt off. I got out, walked up to the door, and knocked. After a few seconds, an elderly woman opened it. She smiled and said, "Hi, it's very nice to see you." At first I thought she was the client's wife. She seemed too put together, but after talking for a minute, I realized she was the client. She seemed completely normal, polite, friendly. She offered me tea. I said no at first, but she insisted. She said she was making some for herself anyway, so I agreed. I offered to help her since I was there to assist her anyway, and she agreed, then started guiding me through the kitchen, telling me where everything was, how she liked her tea, what to add, what not to add. Everything felt normal, at least at first, but as soon as I turned my back to her, something changed. I felt it almost immediately, that feeling like someone is watching you. At first I ignored it. I told myself I was just overthinking, but it didn't go away. It actually got stronger. I started to feel like I wasn't the only one there, even though I hadn't seen anyone and hadn't heard anything. There was just this constant feeling that someone else was in the house. And while I was making the tea with my back turned to her, I could feel her staring at me. Not casually, not the way someone normally would, just staring. I didn't want to turn around right away. I didn't even know why. So instead, I looked at the reflection in a glass cabinet in the kitchen. Through it, I could see her. She was looking straight at me. And the way she was smiling wasn't normal. It wasn't friendly. It wasn't warm. It was just off. I don't know how to explain it better than that, but it made me uncomfortable enough that I didn't want to stay like that any longer. So I finished making the tea quickly and turned around. And just like that, she went back to normal. smiling the same way she had when I first arrived, talking casually, like nothing had happened. We sat down together and started talking. She told me about her life. Her husband had passed away. Her son had moved far away overseas with his wife. She said her son's wife didn't like her and didn't want him visiting. She hadn't seen her grandchildren, not even once. Then, while we were sitting there drinking tea, she started talking more about how lonely she felt. And at one point she said quietly, "I just wish I could see them before I go." The way she said it felt heavy, like she already knew something. Then she looked at me and said, "You're far away from your mother too, aren't you?" It caught me off guard. I gave her an awkward answer. I said something like, "Yeah, I miss her, but I guess it's easier these days with FaceTime and video calls." And the conversation moved on. But a few minutes later, something hit me. I had never told her that, not once. I never mentioned my family. I never said I lived far away from my parents. And the way she had said it felt different. Her expression had changed too, from overly friendly to something else. Not fully angry, but there was something behind it. And when she asked, "Don't you want to go see her?" it didn't feel like a normal question. It felt personal. The whole interaction got awkward after that, but within a couple of minutes, she switched again, back to smiling, back to normal, like nothing had happened. And somehow, that made it worse. I stayed for a couple more hours, helped her clean, did some dishes, and before I left she said, "I hope you come back. I don't get visitors anymore." When I left, she looked sad, just lonely. About a week later, I got a notification from work that she had passed away. And honestly, that should have been the end of it. But about a month later, something happened that I still can't explain. I was driving late at night with a girl I was seeing at the time. It was around 2 a.m. We were just driving around with no destination, talking, relaxing, the way people do late at night. Then suddenly, everything went quiet. No music, no conversation. And without even realizing it, I started driving somewhere. Not randomly, not aimlessly. I was going somewhere specific. Neither of us said a word. Time just passed. About 15 or 20 minutes later, something snapped. It felt like I woke up, and I realized where I was going. I was 5 minutes away from that house. The same house, deep in the woods. I slammed the brakes and my heart started racing. I looked at her and said, "Why are we going here?" And what she said made it worse. She said, "I don't know. I was wondering the same thing." She told me she had noticed we'd been silent the whole time, but she didn't question it. She just went along with it. Neither of us remembered deciding to go there. I didn't remember turning. I didn't remember choosing the route. And the worst part was, I didn't even remember the way anymore. But somehow, I was driving straight to it. Right before entering the woods, we both felt it, a sharp headache, sudden, like pressure building inside our heads. She looked scared. I felt it too. That same feeling, like something wasn't right. So I turned the truck around immediately, dropped her home, went back to mine, and somehow fell asleep. The next morning, everything felt normal again. No headache, no weird feeling. But I couldn't stop thinking about one thing. That night, I never chose to go there, but something knew the way. And after what I saw in that kitchen, and after what she somehow knew about me, I don't think she was ever really alone in that house.